Today's the day we get this generator looking like new. In the last video, we got this side all figured out. Unfortunately, we have a little repeat of history in the back. It actually goes the whole way up to here. This deserves to be fixed right. We went this far, we're gonna do it right. Hop on over, grab the tools we need out of the toolbox, starting with the impact and socket rail. A lot of these last time wanted to break rather than come out. Really hoping we don't repeat that. These all look like a disaster waiting to be lost. This should help us out. About halfway there, and there was a lot of little bolts on this guy. Bucket of bolts later, we have all of our screws off, but we still don't want to lift off of here. Trying to see if I missed one, but it might just be so bound up with how crimpled this is. Guess we'll give it a little persuasion. It's slowly going. I see the issue now, and that's this guy that got forgotten. Unfortunately, it's stripped out. I'm trying to pry this guy out of here, but he just really does not want to give up. I even just break it off at this point. I think I'm at the point though where I can at least try and cut it. We'll hammer this up in. That way you can bend that out around the broken stud a little bit. Prying, and there we go. I think we have victory. Just like that, we got one very dented and bent piece of metal. This set up on a piece of wood. Now we're just gonna beat it till it's straight. We're starting to take a little better shape now. Say it again, I'm not a body guy, but for where we started, I think I'm going to take that as a win. Sure, it could probably be a little more perfect, but again, I'm going to take it for my skill set. This is a tricky one because if I hit here, it just bends this guy. So I'm trying to put the 2x4 there and just keep on smacking it. We'll see how far we can get out there. Side note, I'm glad we're up here because we have a bunch of these dry leaves next to the muffler. I'd love to get those out instead of seeing a fire one day. After some beating around, that is the outcome of the back panel. First, I want to sand it though. A lot of the bare spots too, got the rust sanded off of there. Next, I'm going to try and get this Gov Planet thing off of here, that sticker from the auction. Got a lot of the area sanded, and we actually have new chains for this, so let's get these guys cut off. Probably wouldn't be surprised if I told you that this thing is not wanting to come out of there. I ended up just cutting it on both sides here, so let's see if we can get this nut off. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably some ungodly amount of tight. We go Nipbex onto the Vim Tools extender here. Just start reefing on this thing as much as we can. Well, we got nowhere except for bending my Nipbex a little bit. Doubtful, but let's see if this wrench is big enough. No go, not big enough today. Looks like I'm going to need a socket for the size of this, and I don't have that, so I guess we're scrapping that one for right now. Well, it's a game of taping off, and with these badges, it's easier to just go ahead and cut against it, lay your piece of tape over top, then you can just peel this back, and it's all covered. I see this is bent in, so let's go ahead and bend it out. Looks more like it should now. Now, the cutting of the tape part isn't really that satisfying, but peeling off the tape, on the other hand, and it has a nice crisp line to it, that's the part that I like, makes it worth it. Some of this stuff I do want to keep, like diesel fuel tie downs, but unfortunately I don't have the stencil, so some of these we are going to tape off. Looking here, the colors are pretty close, so I think we'll be close enough that it'll work out. Stuff that takes time is going from this to this, and eventually a perfect setup like that. Now we're going to get this thing moved off the driveway, away from all the other equipment, hopefully. Hold on, we got the brakes on the generator, and they certainly do work. That's a little better. Just keep driving this guy into the woods. Right about here's a good spot. As she sits in all of her taped off glory, the very last step is I need to clean this thing off. I don't really have anything else like mineral spirits, so what we're going to do is just kind of give this thing a good old brake clean wipe down the whole entire thing, one piece at a time. Now, to this point, this thing's really had the whole works done. Remember, in the beginning, we basically had this thing not running. Proved to be the smallest little issue, an ohm resistor that was simply fried. We got the right one of those in there, and then from there it became a game of chasing, getting the thing to stay running. Think about the amount of time and money I have in this thing. I go, man, I hope this project sure is worth it. But I'm sure the day that the power goes out, it'll be well worth it to have it. Which leads me to ask if you guys have any recommendations on like home systems. Maybe you're an electrician and you know the right setup to get that would allow this generator to simply plug into the house. More than open to suggestions, because that's pretty well out of my wheelhouse. Man, I almost forgot about this panel we worked on earlier. It's seeing the sky in a little bit better. Finally, our one last look at the generator before it receives its brand spanking new paint job. Look at how much area we have to cover. I hope this is going to be enough. Grab our respirator, set of gloves, one last gust of wind in case we knocked anything loose. Never had good luck with these spray nozzle can things, but I don't know. Round 2, we'll try a different brand. It's getting dark, but we're getting there. Probably the most satisfying part to paint is this floor because it changes colors quite a bit. From that light color to a little more dark. Hate to have the ultimate cliffhanger. Unfortunately, you guys can pretty much see as much as I can see on the final product. Haven't done any of this area over. You can kind of tell this is darker than the left. That's the new color. So far, I think it's turned out awesome. The thing is actually transforming a lot more of a military color than I thought it was going to. As it dries, it kind of gives different colors with the light too, but it'll look really good once it's all done in the morning. Also need to get more paint because we're running out. You can see we got to about right here. We have a heck of a lot more area to do, and I don't think we got enough paint to do it yet.